News Network. First contact with Joshua Put.
Good morning, Earthlings. Good. How you doing today? Good. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Welcome to First Contact Radio. To talk about all these things I'm talking about is because in life, everything is energy. Every single thing that's out there.
Yo, it's First Contact with Joshua Poet. He's the man on the mic, just in case you didn't know it. Covering news from all around the globe, from the weather and to UFOs. We'll talk politics and make you open your eyes. Conspiracy theories and government lies. We'll dig it all up and try to find the proof. Cause the times is the man, the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have arrived.
The man, the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have arrived.
The man, the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio.
It's time to the man.
Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio.
Good morning, Earthlings. How you doing today? Well, welcome to First Contact Radio. Glad that you could be here again. Today is the 20th of August, 2015. So today we have a changing of the guard that took place on the subconscious level. So what we have here is Libra going to Scorpio. Transition occurred at 4:24 a.m. So now our moon is in Scorpio and our sun is in Leo. Okay, sun is in Leo, but we're just about to make that transition out of Leo into Virgo. So we're just enjoying the last moments of this particular sun sign. All right, so we can get a look at what's going on there. Some of the aspects we're dealing with today are Jupiter. We're going to sextile here with Scorpio. So Scorpio is about emotions. Emotions, things that we feel. And the tarot card of Scorpio is the tarot card of death, which is all about transition. This is the tarot card of death. Right here, it's the transition of what's going on. All right. So we have fire and we have water. Tonight we have Mars in the mix. There's a lesson with our emotions and Mars, 8:02 p.m. And then just before 10 o'clock, some unexpected, or actually it's Neptune. Need to take a look at things in a new way, new perspective on things. So looks like over the course of today, things get expanded with Jupiter, our emotional world of Scorpio. And then we have a lesson with Mars, and then we are asked to look at things in a different way, and we get a nice good trine between them. So that's what's going on energetically there. If you want to just look at the grid, Planet Watcher grid. Jewish calendar 5 Elul. 5 Elul is the name of the day. The daily thought: keep the windows open. Our souls are the windows through which the world receives light, the pores through which it breathes. It channels to its supernal source. When we do good, speak words of kindness, and teach wisdom, those windows open wide. When we fail, they cloud over and shut light. Such a shame, this loss of light, this lost breath of fresh air. A stain can be washed away, but the moment of life, well, how can it be returned? Please, keep the windows open. Mayan Oracle, or Dreamspell Oracle here. 9-tone day. 9-tone is called the solar tone of intention. Here's the 9th position. The kin for today is the storm. The storm is a gathering of energy that then gets released in a variety of different ways. We know how storms are. We see what happens. We see the storm clouds gathering, and then they release. So the phrase for today is, I pulse in order to catalyze, releasing energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of vision. Vision comes from the eagle. Hidden power is the wind, inspiration. Enlightenment is our like-minded energy, and our challenge today is purification. On the moon phase, current moon phase is 29% of the way full, making its way up to the full moon. Solar wind 468.0 kilometers per second. Planetary K index currently quiet between 2 and 3. The large coronal hole is moving on past us, but we will feel the effect of the wind coming off of that. And then we continue to look at the M-class flare possibility. It is going up from 5 over the next 24 hours. It's jumping up to a 10. Geomagnetic storm activity is continuing to subside, dropping from 35 to 15 in the mid-latitudes, higher latitudes 45 down to 25. So there is a little bit of things seems to be slowing down. And up in the sky tonight, as we look and see things, the 20th, the moon is nearly halfway between Spica to its lower right and Saturn to the moon's left, the upper left. All right, so let's see, does this show us? Nope, this is a couple days from now. And there you have it. That is our cosmic weather. Gets us started for today. UFO news is up next. Let's get to it.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
Alrighty, Dirk. Thank you very much. Today's UFO news. First sighting is a sighting about a mothership that was caught above the Earth. This one we have seen before. This is another version of it. Just came out. 3:35 in the video. Crow 777 catches a long tubular object hovering over the edge of the moon. This is a mothership. Ship is several hundred miles across. Seems to sit there for a while. He also catches flashes of light heading towards the moon. These small flashes or cloud-like objects are really alien ships slowing down from light speed. The clip has some weird flashes or pulses that were shot in full spectrum. I've never seen the pulses like this before in all my years of lunar work. Also, many weird anomalies dart through the frame. I track the anomalies over many hours, always near the same area inside of the moon. All right, this is a 6-minute video. We're going to jump ahead here to some of the other places where we could see it. There we go. He says we want to go to the 355. So let's jump ahead to 355. Should see it any time now here. Okay. Alright, so video links available so you can check it out. There's a good still image of it. Alright, here we have a UFO very close to the space station. Object out here is close up. I have no clue what this is. If it's a satellite, then surely it's way off course. An ISS radar hasn't seen it yet. The object this close to the station surely prompted collision alert. I will try to link this. Although links have a habit of disappearing and moving, I've noticed, thanks to all my subscribers for their loyal support. Okay? So, what is this that is out there? Or, if we are out there, maybe we're in the ocean somewhere, and this is in the ocean. Who knows? Someone knows, but they're not telling us. More sinkholes caused by UFOs entering and exiting underground bases. Nice good sized sinkhole right there. These sinkholes, as some call them, are created from UFOs entering and exiting underground bases. Some UFOs cause such disturbances. For instance, the holes in Guatemala are exceptional depth and width. Entrances cannot be easily moved by aliens, which means this will open up again and again in the future. Giant sinkhole in Florida opened up 2 years after a sinkhole in the same spot swallowed a sleeping man and killed him. Authorities said Wednesday. Hillsborough County Fire Rescue and other agencies responded Wednesday to a report of a sinkhole in Seffner, a town east of Tampa. in the same location where a man died in 2013, according to the fire department. Upon arrival, it was confirmed that the same sinkhole. The fire and a rescue statement read, "Sinkhole measures 20 feet in diameter. No one has been injured, and nearby homes haven't been evacuated." So, very interesting. What are these sinkholes? Are they for UFOs, unidentified flying objects, or are we able to identify what comes out of them? This day in history, UFO history, astronomer Clyde Tombaugh, UFO sighting. There he is right there. There are myths and stories lurking around UFOs, and then there are people who have claimed to have seen these flying objects. The perfect evidence is still not present, but the research is going strong. Ancient literature, monuments, and artifacts are being researched upon and being studied to having any evidence regarding the meeting of old people with these aliens. The case of the celebrated astronomer is well illustrated in this instance. Clyde William Tombaugh was an American astronomer that was notorious for discovering Pluto. Later on, he discovered a dwarf planet. During this journey, he discovered many asteroids that are subject to serious scientific research. Tombaugh grew up on a farm in Kansas and was working at Arizona's Lowell Observatory when he made the discovery on February 18, 1930. On August 20th, he reported seeing 6 UFOs over New Mexico. Investigators of these sightings and abduction report speaking with them have exact scientific approaches for investigating the reports they received. There's some theories and evidences which aren't entirely reliable, which tell about the various things happening when the aliens arrive. The alien existence is somewhat imaginary and cannot be trusted with blind eyes. As a result, further research is done, and the reference and photos attached to it have been making rounds. Even though its existence hasn't been confirmed, it leaves experts with ample room for further research. In the areas after Pluto discovery, Tombaugh continued searching for other evidence, but the lack of further developments has made him jump to the conclusions that no other object of a similar and bright magnitude existed near the ecliptic. Clyde Tombaugh died January 17, 1997, but one of the ultimate requests for his ashes to be sent into space. A little container carrying his remnants is being attached to the upper deck of the probe, airing the inscription, "The fact that Tombaugh has significantly contributed to this planet and has become a legendary astronomer, he is worth celebrating and remembering." Okay. There's Clyde Tombaugh. British security force prepare for overthrow of an alien government. 2 short blocks from the London headquarters of Britain's security service, MI6, a group of 30 men and women are plotting to overthrow the government. Not, and I should make this abundantly clear for any spooks reading this, the British government nor any government on Earth, but a tyrannical administration on an alien world in the future. This is not a game. The scientists, engineers, social scientists, philosophers, and writers gathered at the British Interplanetary Society in London and are taking their task seriously, studying with academic rigor the problems of toppling despotic extraterrestrial regimes. This is the 3rd annual conference on extraterrestrial liberty. Last year, the event tackled a challenge of writing a constitution for an alien settlement, concluding that successful space colonies should base laws and liberties on the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. This year, we're discussing what happened if you don't like the government you've created and you want to overthrow it, says conference organizer Charles Coquel, a professor of astrobiology at the University of Edinburgh. Conclusions for these meetings will be published as essays designed to serve as manuals for future spacefarers. We hope the discussions we have will constitute the first ideas in extraterrestrial liberty. We've got a chance to think about the problems might be in outer space before we get there. The scenarios the group is contemplating are easiest to imagine if you think about what a space colony might look like. Perhaps a doomed settlement with a few hundred residents beneath a thin, dusky Martian sky. A fragile and isolated outpost of humanity 225 million kilometers from the home world, with a brutal dictator and his cronies in charge of the oxygen generators, for instance. All right, so we got a lot more to this. As you can see, the research continues on, but the point of this is certainly not lost on us because we've heard about this stuff going on. How do we deal with a rogue alien government? Well, I think we should first be concerned about how we're going to deal with a rogue government here on Earth, because we're having troubles with that. Let's deal with that first and then move on to the alien governments. And finally, Nibiru, found on Google Sky Map. Nibiru has been found. Google Sky has a black rectangle in the area that was supposed to be, but this month it was replaced with a winged planet. Just click on the URL above and it will take you there. The Sumerian mentioned a 12th planet called Nibiru, one whose elliptical orbit brought it close to Earth for a brief period every 3,600 years. Looks like it's on its way here. So Planet X Nibiru, Planet 7X, Wormwood, Nemesis, just revealed by Google Sky. Black swath gone, wing disk now visible. Okay, so basically, what we've got here is a situation where there has been a section on this map of a Google Sky that has been blacked out for a long while. People have looked at it, wondered why is it blacked out, what's there, and now, thanks to things being adjusted and readjusted, this is now there. So whatever that is, it was hidden and it's no longer hidden. If we take a look at this link here, let's see if this easily takes us where we want to be going to check it out. There it is right there. Okay, pretty big size object. So is that Nibiru? I don't know, quite possible. That's what we're told anyway. Alright, that is our UFO news. I'll be back. Stay tuned.
Come into our circle, Great Spirit. Fill our souls with peace.
Great Spirit, send down your love.
Great Spirit, send down your love. All right, that's one of my favorite songs. Told you how I wrote it. Came back from Chaco Canyon and it just kind of started playing in my head. So I wrote it down because a little voice told me to write it down. And there you have it. All right, continuing on with the Krybalion. Let's do a quick refresher here of the 7 principles, the 7 Hermetic principles upon which the entire Hermetic philosophy is based. We went over all of them briefly the other day. They are the principle of mentalism, that we live in one big mind. The principle of correspondence, that everything in this mind corresponds to everything else in this mind. Therefore, the smallest can relate and corresponds to the largest. Principle of vibration, that every aspect of this mind is made up of energy, and this energy is alive and it vibrates. And this energy that is alive and vibrates consists of various poles of energy, positive and negative poles. That the energy itself moves back and forth in rhythm between the positive and the negative charges of electricity of the universe around us. That everything we do has a cause and an effect, because we are causing and affecting energy to move, and therefore when we cause energy to move, it has an effect because everything is alive and moving. And last, the principle of gender, that all things are male and female. Male and female, and that's the gender of the universal operation. Okay, it's not male and male, it's not female and female, it's male and female. Sorry if you don't like the way it is, take it up with God. That's just the way that the principles work and how Hermetic philosophy outlines them. Okay, now what we're going to do today is we're going to get more in depth on them. So we're going to start off with the first principle, the principle of mentalism. Okay, now the mind, everything that we're living in, we live and breathe and move within this energetic field that is simply a mind. That means if we are living in this mind, we are part of this mind. Somehow or another, we are aware of our existence within this huge mind. And as we are aware of our existence in this mind, we have an opportunity to move within it and make adjustments and have our freedom moving within it as we understand the principles. Because within this mind, we know that everything corresponds to everything. Everything vibrates. Everything is made up of poles, electricity. There's a rhythm to how it moves, and it's male and female. And once we know all the principles, then we can move forward. Okay? So, getting more in depth here. First principle, the principle of mentalism. Starts off, mental transmutation. Mind, as well as metals and elemental, may be transmuted from state to state, degree to degree, condition to condition, pole to pole, vibration to vibration. True Hermetic transmutation is a mental art. A mental art, okay? Why is it mental? Because we're dealing with a huge mind. As we have stated, the Hermeticists were the original alchemists, astrologers, and psychologists, Hermes having been the founder of these schools of thought. From astrology has grown modern astronomy. From alchemy has grown modern chemistry. From the mystic psychology has grown the modern psychology of the schools. But it must not be supposed that the ancients were ignorant of that which the modern schools suppose to be their exclusive and special property. The records engraved on the stones of ancient Egypt show conclusively that the ancients had a full comprehensive knowledge of astronomy, the very building of the pyramid showing the connection between their design and the study of astronomical science. Nor were they ignorant of chemistry, for the fragments of the ancient writings show that they were acquainted with the chemical properties of things. In fact, the ancient theories regarding physics are being slowly verified by the latest discoveries of modern science, notably those relating to the constitution of matter. Nor must it be supposed that they were ignorant of the so-called modern discoveries in psychology. On the contrary, the Egyptians were especially skilled in the science of psychology, particularly in the branches that the modern schools ignore, but which nevertheless are being uncovered under the name of psychic science, which is perplexing the psychologists of today and making them reluctantly admit that there must be something in it after all. The truth is that beneath the material, chemistry, astronomy, and psychology, that is, the psychology in the phase of brain action, the ancients possessed a knowledge of transcendental astronomy called astrology, of transcendental chemistry called alchemy, of transcendental psychology called mystic psychology. They possessed the inner knowledge as well as the outer knowledge, the latter alone being possessed by modern scientists. Among the many secret branches of knowledge possessed by the Hermeticists was the known as the mental transmutation, which forms the subject matter of this lesson. Transmutation is the term usually employed to designate the ancient art of transmutation of metals, particularly of the base metals, into gold. The word transmute means to change from one nature, form, or substance into another, to transform. Webster. According to mental transmutation means the art of changing and transforming mental states, forms, and conditions into others, so that you may see that mental transmutation is the art of mental chemistry. If you like the term, a form of practice of mystic psychology. But this means far more than appears on the surface. Transmutation, alchemy, or chemistry on the mental plane is important enough in its effects, to be sure, and if the art stopped, there it would still be the most important branches of study known to man, but this is only the beginning. Let us see why. The first of the 7 Hermetic principles, the principle of mentalism, the axiom of which is the all is mind, the universe is mental, means that the underlying reality of the universe is mind, and the universe is mental, that is, existing in the mind of the all. We shall consider the principle in succeeding lessons, but let us see the effect of this principle if it be assumed to be true. If the universal mind in its nature, then mental transmutation must be the act of changing the conditions of the universe along the lines of matter, force, and mind. So you see, therefore, that mental transmutation is really the magic of which the ancient writers had so much to say in their mystical works, and about which they gave so few practical instructions. If all be mental, then the art which enables one to transmute mental conditions must render the master the controller of the material conditions as well as those ordinarily called mental. As a matter of fact, none but advanced mental alchemists have been able to attain the degree of power necessary to control the grosser physical conditions, such as the control of the elements of nature, the production or cessation of tempests, the production and cessation of earthquakes, and other great physical phenomena. But that such men have existed and do exist today is a matter of earnest belief to all advanced occultists of all schools. That the masters exist and have these powers, the best teachers assure their students, having had experience which justify them in such belief and statements. These masters do not make public exhibitions of their powers, but seek seclusion from the crowds of men in order to better work their way along the path of attainment. We mention their existence at this point merely to call your attention to the fact that their power is entirely mental and operates upon the lines of higher mental transmutation under the Hermetic principle of mentalism. The universe is mental. But students and Hermeticists of lesser degree than masters, the initiates and the teachers, are able to freely work along the mental plane in mental transmutation. In fact, all that we call psychic phenomena, mental influence, mental silence, new thought phenomena, etc., operates along the same lines, for there is one principle involved no matter by what name the phenomena be called. The student and the practitioner of mental transmutation works among the mental plane, transmuting mental conditions and states, etc., into others, according to various formulas more or less efficacious. The various treatments, affirmations, denials, etc., of the schools of mental science are but formulas, quite often imperfect and unscientific, of the Hermetic art. The majority of modern practitioners are quite ignorant compared to the ancient masters, for they lack the fundamental knowledge upon which the work is based. Not only may the mental states be one of one's self be changed or transmuted by Hermetic methods, but the states of others are constantly transmuted in the same way, usually unconsciously, but often consciously by some understanding of the laws and principles. In cases where the people affected are not informed by the principles of self-protection, And more than this, as many students and practitioners of modern mental science know, every material condition depending upon the minds of other people may be changed or transmuted in accordance with the earnest desire, will, and treatments of persons desiring changed conditions of life. The public are so generally informed regarding these things at present that we do not deem it necessary to mention the same at length, our purpose at this point being merely to show that the Hermetic principle and art underlying all of these various forms of practice, good and evil, for the force can be used in opposite directions according to the Hermetic principles of polarity. In this little book we shall state the basic principle of mental transmutation, that all who read may grasp the underlying principles and thus possess the master key that will unlock the many doors of the principle of polarity. We shall now proceed to a consideration of the first of the Hermetic 7 principles, the principle of mentalism, in which is explained the truth that all is mind, the universe is mental. In the words of the Krybalion, we ask the close attention and careful study of this great principle on the part of our students, for it is really the basic principle of the whole Hermetic philosophy and the Hermetic art of mental transmutation. Okay, so you understand so far? It's just a summary, and it's what I talk about. Everything is energy, and this energy is all one big mind, the all. Instead of just saying God, it's just saying the all, because it is everything. Every bit of energy in the universe is made of the same essence. So the fabric of life itself is made up of the very essence that we call God. Therefore, everything that exists is made up of this fabric that is God. So for anyone to deny that they are made up of this energy is simply a complete lack of understanding of the inclusiveness that this energy has within this whole system that we are living in. Okay, so that was a little brief intro there. I'm going to continue on because this chapter also deals with the same principle. The all. Under and back of the universe of time, space, and change is ever to be found the substantial reality, the fundamental truth. Substance means that which underlies all outward manifestations, the essence, the essential reality, the thing in itself, etc. Substantial means actually existing, being the essential element, being real, etc. Reality means the state of being real, true, enduring, valid, fixed, permanent, actual, etc. Under and behind all outward appearances or manifestations, there must always be a substantial reality. This is the law. Man, considering the universe of which he is a unit, sees nothing but change in matter, forces, and mental states. He sees that nothing really is, but that everything is becoming and changing. Nothing stands still. Everything is being born, growing, dying. The very instant a thing reaches its height, it begins to decline. The law of rhythm is in constant operation. There is no reality, enduring quality, fixity, or substantiality in anything. Nothing is permanent but change. He sees all things evolving from other things and resolving into other things. A constant action and reaction, inflow and outflow, building up and tearing down. Creation and destruction, birth, growth, death. Nothing endures but change, and if he be a thinking man, he realizes that all of these changing things must be but outward appearances or manifestations of some underlying power, substantial reality. All thinkers in all lands and in all times have assumed the necessity for postulating the existence of this substantial reality. All philosophers worthy of the name have based upon this thought. Men have given to this substantial reality many names. Some have called it by the term deity under many titles. Others have called it the infinite and eternal energy. Others have tried to call it matter, but all have acknowledged its existence. It is self-evident. It needs no argument. In these lessons, we have followed the example of some of the world's greatest thinkers, both ancient and modern. The Hermetic masters have called the underlying power, this substantial reality, by the Hermetic name of the All, which term we consider the most comprehensive of the many terms applied by man to that which transcends names and terms. We accept and we teach the view that the great Hermetic thinkers of all times, as well as those illumined souls who have reached higher planes of being, both of whom assert that the inner nature of the All is unknowable. This must be so, for naught by the all itself can comprehend its own nature and being. The Hermeticists believe and teach that the all in itself is and must be unknowable. They regard it all the theories, guesses, and speculations of the theologians and metaphysicians regarding the inner nature of the all as but childish efforts of mortal minds to grasp the secret of the infinite. Such efforts have always failed and will always fail from the very nature of the task. One pursuing such inquiries travels around and around in the labyrinth of thought until he is lost to all sane reasoning, action, or conduct, and is utterly unfitted for the work of life. He is like the squirrel which frantically runs around and around the circling treadmill wheel in his cage, traveling ever and yet reaching nowhere. At the end, a prisoner still and standing just where he started. And still more presumptuous are those who attempt to ascribe to the all the personality, qualities, properties, characteristics, and attributes of themselves, ascribing the all the human emotions, feelings, and characteristics, even down to the pettiest qualities of mankind, such as jealousy, susceptibility to flattery and praise, desire for offering and worship, and all other survivals from the days of the childhood of the race. Such ideas are not worthy of grown men and women and are rapidly being discarded. At this point, it may be proper for me to state that we make a distinction between religion and theology, between philosophy and metaphysics. Religion to us means the institutional realization of existence of the all and one's relationship to it, while theology means the attempts of men to ascribe personality, qualities, and characteristics to it, their theories regarding its affairs, wills, desires, plans, and designs, and the assumptions of the office of middlemen between the all and the people. Philosophy to us means the inquiry after knowledge of things knowable and thinkable, while metaphysics means the attempt to carry the inquiry over and beyond the boundaries into regions unknowable and unthinkable, and with the same tendency as that of theology. And consequently, both religion and philosophy mean to us having roots in reality, while theology and metaphysics seem like broken reeds rooted in the quicksands of ignorance and affording naught but the most insecure support of the mind or soul of man. We do not insist upon our students accepting these definitions. We mention them merely to show our position. At any rate, you shall hear very little about theology and metaphysics in these lessons. That which is the fundamental truth, the substantial reality, is beyond true naming, but the wise men call it the all. In its essence, the all is unknowable, but the report of reason must be hospitably received and treated with respect. The human reason, whose reports we must accept so long as we think at all, informs us that regarding the all, and that without attempting to remove the veil of the unknowable. The all must be the all that really is. There can be nothing existing outside of the all, else the all would not be the all. The all must be infinite, for there is nothing else to define, confine, bound, limit, or restrict the all. It must be infinite in time or eternal. It must have always continuously existed, for there is nothing else to have ever created it. And something can never evolve from nothing. And if it had ever not been, even for a moment, it would not be now. It must continuously exist forever, for there is nothing to destroy it, and nothing can ever not be for a moment, because something can never be nothing. It must be infinite in space. It must be everywhere, for there is no place outside of the all. It cannot be otherwise than continuous in space, without break, cessation, separation, or interruption, for there is nothing to break, separate, or interrupt its continuity, and nothing with which to fill in the gaps. It must be infinite in power or absolute, for there is nothing to limit, restrict, restrain, confine, disturb, or condition it. It is subject to no other power, for there is no other power. 3. The all must be immutable and not subject to change in its real nature, for there is nothing to work changes upon it, nothing to which it could change, nor from which it could have changed. It cannot be added to, nor subtracted from, increased, nor diminished, nor become greater or lesser in any respect whatsoever. It must have always been, and must always remain just what it is now, the all. There has never been, is not now, and never will be anything else into which it can change. The all being infinite, absolute, eternal, and unchangeable, it must follow the anything finite, changeable, fleeting, and condition cannot be the all. And as there is nothing outside of the all in reality, then any and all such infinite things must be as nothing in reality. Now, do not become befogged nor frightened. We are not trying to lead you into the Christian Science field under the cover of Hermetic philosophy. there is a reconciliation of this apparently contradictory state of affairs. Be patient. We will reach it in time. We see around us that which is called matter, which forms the physical foundation of all forms, is the all. Merely matter? Well, not at all. Matter cannot manifest life or mind as life and mind are manifested in the universe. The all cannot be matter, for nothing rises higher than its own source. Nothing is ever manifested in an effect that is not in the cause. Nothing is evolved as a consequent that is not involved as an antecedent. And then modern science informs us that there is really no such thing as matter. That which we call matter is merely interrupted energy or force, that is, energy or force at a low rate of vibration. As a recent writer has said it, matter has melted into mystery. Even material science has abandoned the theory of matter and now rests on the basis of energy. Then is the all mere energy or force? Not energy or force as materialists use the terms, for their energy or force are blind, mechanical things devoid of life, mind. Life and mind can never evolve from blind energy or force. For this reason, given a moment ago, nothing can rise higher than its source. Nothing is involved unless it is involved. Nothing manifests in the effect unless it is the cause. And so the all cannot be mere energy or force, for if it were, then it would be no such things as life and mind in existence. And we know everything than that, for we are alive and using the mind to consider the very question. And so those who claim that energy, and so are those who claim that energy and force is everything. What is there higher than matter and energy that we know to be existent in the universe? Life and mind. Life and mind in all their varying degrees of unfoldment. Then you ask, do you mean to tell us that the all is life and mind? Yes and no is our answer. If you mean life and mind as we poor petty mortals know it, then we say no, the all is not that. But what kind of life and mind do you mean, you ask? The answer is living mind, as far above that which mortals know by those words, as life and mind are higher than mechanical forces or matter. Infinite living mind as compared to finite life and mind. We mean that which is illumined souls mean when they reverently pronounce the word spirit. The all is infinite living mind. The illumined call it spirit. Okay? So that's where we're going to stop. So everything is spirit. Takes, everything is energy, but it's not just energy that is just stagnant. It's energy that is alive. And therefore we look at this and we say more than just energy. It is living, breathing spirit that flows through everything. Okay? So we have this huge mind that is just simply a living spiritual essence, unknowable, unending, indestructible. If we think of the Apocalypse of John, the Apocryphon of John, this really talks about the way in which the universe is, in the same way that they talk about God, the way that Jesus talks about God and the essence of God. So, very interesting indeed. All right. Here's an article for today. Naturally detox your body with these 6 power foods. Jonathan Benson. There are all kinds of detoxification protocols out there that can help cleanse the colon, blood, liver, and other bodily organs and systems of toxic materials. But sometimes the easiest and most effective way to keep your body maintained and unchecked is to simply incorporate more cleansing foods into your everyday diet. Here are 6 power foods with known detox benefits that may help you and your family steer clear of chronic pain, disease, and other toxin-induced health conditions. So, number 1, garlic. We've all heard about the effects of garlic, the benefits of it. It says that garlic, the simple bulb, is prized in the culinary world for its pungent and robust flavor. But it is also one of the most powerful detox foods you can eat. Most notably, garlic supports the healthy production of digestive enzymes in the liver and is a key component of the body's manufacturing of glutathione, a nutrient that Dr. Mark Hyman, MD, refers to as the mother of all antioxidants. Garlic also aids in the production of various sulfur compounds of bioactive selenium, two more nutrients that are crucial in the detoxification process. All right, leafy greens, the superfood category, which shows up often on the list of health-promoting foods, and for good reason. Leafy greens like kale, spinach, alfalfa, wheatgrass, and chard are loaded with chlorophyll, a powerful cleansing nutrient that's sometimes referred to as nature's green magic, the lifeblood of the green plant world. Chlorophyll is a natural blood builder and a cleansing agent and is known to help scrub cells clean throughout the body and promote new cell life. Chlorophyll also halts the growth and development of toxic bacteria inside the body and is generally known to counteract toxins. Citrus fruits. Start your day off right with fresh squeezed lemons, limes, oranges, or grapefruit. Any and all of the above is another effective way to regularly detoxify your body. Besides priming the digestive tract for food and spurring the production of digestive enzymes, citrus fruits are also particularly rich in vitamin C, which is recognized as one of the most powerful detoxifying vitamins in the natural world. Raw vegetables. Broccoli, onions, cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, artichokes, cauliflower, beet, turmeric, and oregano. These and many other vegetables and herbs work synergistically with one another to cleanse the body and prevent a buildup of toxins. Like garlic, each of these foods is rich in naturally occurring sulfur compounds, which deliver needs to effectively eliminate toxins and promote cell growth. And kaya, hemp seeds, rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Both kaya and hemp seeds are excellent intestinal cleaners. According to Dr. Edward Group III from the Global Healing Center, omega-3 rich seeds and oils in general help lubricate the intestinal walls and draw out toxins in order to eliminate them from the body. Kaya seeds are particularly effective in this regard as they swell and form a gel-like coating when soaked, which elicits a powerful detoxification effect in the gut. And last, sea vegetables, algae. Recognized for their powerful alkalizing effect in the body, sea vegetables, seaweeds, and certain sea algae varieties like spirulina and chlorella are also amazing detoxifiers, as they literally suck up toxins in the digestive tract like a vacuum and expunge them from the body. Sea vegetables and algae are also rich in trace minerals and other nutrients which fortify the body's own natural detoxifying systems. Just be sure when sourcing sea vegetables and algae to choose suppliers that have not been affected by the Fukushima disaster in Japan and that regularly test their products for harmful radiation. Okay, so there's some really good tips there if you are looking to detoxify your body. Well, there's a good way to get it done. All right. Just seeing here, we're not going to have a message today. We're just going to go right to the Warrior of the Light. Today, page 89. A warrior is wise as a serpent and as innocent as a dove. When people gather to talk, he does not judge the behavior of others. He knows that darkness uses an invisible net to spread its evil. This net catches any snippet of information floating in the air and transforms it into the intrigue and envy that infest the human soul. Thus, everything that is said about someone always reaches the ears of the enemies of that person, augmented by the dark weight of the poison and malice. For this reason, the warrior speaks of his brother's opinions. He imagines that his brother is there present, listening to what he is saying. It's a pretty good tip there. Yet if we imagine the person we're talking about is there in the room, then perhaps it might change the way in which we are communicating the things we are saying. Okie doke, that brings us last to our meditation for today. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and exhale. Take another deep breath, and exhale again. And another breath, and exhale. Now imagine walking through life, looking around at everything that surrounds you. And as you're aware of everything, you're aware of the essence of life that exists in all things. An essence of life that is energy, but more than energy. that is matter but yet more than matter, that is all things and yet more than all things. And as we connect with this world around us, we are able to do so because the world around us is a huge mind, and we are connected to this mind, corresponding to all layers of this mind. And so we focus on our vibration, synchronizing with the vibration of this living essence of the all that we live in. And as we learn to work with this mind, we learn to adjust our thoughts in order to create the world that we want. And we learn to avoid the thoughts that hurt us. And as we continue to get stronger and better at manifesting the things we want and avoiding the things we don't, we find that life itself becomes smoother and more effective. And one by one, as people around the planet begin these changes within themselves, we find that the world itself begins to make improvements. So let the subconscious mind continue on the journey of experience the oneness with the all, this mind that surrounds and fills and is us. And let's bring the conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3 coming back to the present moment, filled with confidence. 2 coming back to the present moment, filled with faith. 1 coming back to the present moment, happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale, and open your eyes. That's it, my friends. That's the show for today. So, you could see there's a progression, and yet the information is just repeating over and over. Because it's not complicated. The universe is pretty basic, and the principles of the Hermetic philosophy are pretty basic in helping us to understand the workings of all, of the all. So, continue to study along. Ask questions, and just meditate on all of these things, and you'll find your understanding of it will continue to grow. That's just the way it works. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'll be back tomorrow. Close out the week. You have an awesome day. I love you. Keep loving each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. I'm out of here.